Hello folks, I'm William G. Alston. I'm a retired professor of exercise science, and I've written a book entitled 4 Keys to the Natural Anabolic State, Volume 1. People are telling me, Dr. Alston, studies of stress and anxiety cannot be as bad as you're saying. That sounds impossible. Folks, if that's what you believe, you better buckle up, and you need to pay attention. My book explains that if you will go to Google and simply Google in scientific studies of stress, do this in your spare time. You don't have to do it right now. I want you to pay attention now because this is important. All right. The two types that some of the titles will begin with these words. The 2 types of stress are. Others begin with the 3 types of stress are. Others begin the 4 types of stress are. 5, 6, 7 types of stress, up to 10 types of stress. I've found studies claiming that there are 10 types of stress. Folks, if the scientific community cannot agree on how many stress types there are, and they're all giving them different names. They don't know how to name them. They don't know how many there are. Folks, this is not science. This is blind confusion. If they don't even know how many types of stress there are, can you imagine how they could possibly understand anything about stress? They do not. We have people publishing articles out there who don't know squat about stress or anxiety. And these publications are out there everywhere. And it's understandable that people have learned to fear stress and anxiety when they should be thanking God for it and learning how to employ its massive power. It's this misguided science that is leading people in the wrong direction and causing them to waste a huge, massive potential for good, a God-given stress response system. It is a huge source of power if we know how to use it. And most people are just wasting that power because they're confused. They don't know how to use it. And if you try to look it up, you're going to run into a minefield. Folks, the human stress response system is a God-given source of massive power that most people misunderstand, fear, and waste. That's the bottom line. This book presents the cause-effect model of stress and the dual anxiety theory, both completely new concepts. And I'm choosing to introduce them this way, right in front of the public, not in a science magazine or someplace there, just right out front. And I'm challenging the scientific world to respond. And sooner or later, somebody's going to ring my bell, and I'm looking forward to that. Professors and scientists, if you think I'm wrong, read the book, test my theories and concepts, and refute me if you can. And you cannot. Graduate students, this book will be an ideal dissertation topic for majors in physiology, psychology, chemistry, biochemistry, kinesiology, health, sociology, sports management, physical education, and other fields. And all of these fields are doing studies and writing articles about stress. And you cannot find one article out of 100 that is correct. And that's a crying shame. And this day and time, this scientific day and time that we live in, that anything could be that erroneous. But this book explains that stress and anxiety can empower you to perform at your absolute maximum or impair you to the point that you feel helpless and weak, depending on what you think and certain things that you do. And folks, you can learn to control this. And when you do, it will change your life in a fantastic way. This book describes the mindsets, thoughts, habits, and character traits that can help any athlete achieve immediate anabolic empowerment and optimal performance. And it's not hard to do if you understand, if you read it, if you get it down. You can control your thoughts. There's certain words and things that coaches and players should never say in practice or in games. And literally, I mean, they will can turn your blood chemistry from anabolic to catabolic in a heartbeat. People don't realize how fast the stress response system can respond. And in the middle of a game, and I saw this during March Madness and some of the basketball games, right toward the end when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, and a team all of a sudden who seems to have an insurmountable lead right in the last few seconds they start getting clumsy. They've played a beautiful game all the way up to that point, and they start to play in a clumsy way. All of a sudden, they can't walk and chew gum at the same time. What has happened to that team? Why would they lose that in those last few seconds? It's happened many times. And in high-pressure events, it happens, and I'll tell you exactly why. And I can look at them and say that they have lost. I can tell by the way they're moving, the way they're reacting, the way they're fumbling when they haven't through the whole game. And their blood chemistry has gone catabolic. And it can happen in milliseconds. This book will be of amazing value to any coach and any athlete. It will help you tremendously. I promise you that. It's just amazing how much ignorance is out there about all of this. But this bottom line, this book discloses the thoughts, habits, and character traits that can keep your blood chemistry more anabolic and lead to maximum performance and health throughout life. And it's a fun read, folks. It's cutting edge science, but it's written in down-home language. It has a lot of personal accounts of true stories and analogies, and people love it. But it is cutting edge science, and it will change your life, and it will change any team. It'll take you to a whole nother level. Coaches, in preseason, I'm suggesting that you have every member of your team download a free Kindle app and buy the Kindle version of this book for $9.99. Just have them installed on their own phone or computer. Have a fundraiser to pay for it. I'm not suggesting that you buy the hard copy. That's $35.95. You don't need to spend that kind of money. Just get the digital version on Kindle. All right, and then have your players read it. You read it. Discuss the book in team meetings. Cover the key points that are found on page 42 before each game. If you do this in preseason, and then you could discuss it during the season, and especially review it right before each game, the results will be amazing. I can assure you, it will blow your mind. Remember, it's 4 Keys to the Natural Anabolic State, Volume 1. Volume 2 will be published in 8 to 12 months, hopefully. Volume 2 will be a compilation of stories, reader questions, and results from those who've read Volume 1. Players, tell me about your anabolic moments. Tell me about your individual performance, your team performance. Tell me about the time back in your past when you really screwed up. And I played 3 sports. I know what that's like. And it will happen. And it's fun to look. It's fun to tell about those stories, hear about them. It's not so much fun to tell them when you really, really embarrass yourself. But it'll do you good to think back, because it'll help you understand even more the blood chemistry that causes you to turn around in the wrong direction, or to have a really highlight game, because that blood chemistry goes in the right direction. All right. I'm going to leave you with 2 predictions. Prediction 1, if you do what I just said, your team will dominate your conference the following year. Do all that during the preseason, and then review, talk about it during the season. Your team will dominate your conference. I can't give you a written guarantee, but I guarantee you, if it was me, I would do it. If I'm coaching today, I'd get this book in every player's hand. Prediction 2, by the end of chapter 3, you're going to wish you'd read this book sooner. Everybody who's read the book has told me, I wish I'd read this book sooner. I'll just leave you with that. Bye.